Mr. Beast is one of the biggest YouTubers of all time. But what would happen if he had a dark secret that turned him into a powerful monster? For 100 days, I'll be unleashing my inner beast, growing into bigger and stronger forms. Will I be able to control my power and defeat the Alpha Beast? Or will my friends discover my secret? You'll have to watch until the end to find out. On day 1, I spawned in as Mr. Beast on the set of my next big video. All around me were my friends, looking to compete for the prize, a massive amount of money. Today, I'm going to be having a full moon $1 million giveaway. Suddenly, we heard a creepy howl in the distance, attracting the attention of my friends.
Huh? What was that?
While they were distracted, a bright moonbeam shot down from the sky and hit me, causing my body to change. I felt my mind slip away as I began to change into a powerful, evil beast.
What's happening to me?
I tried to resist it, but I lost control of my actions and grew even bigger. I began to rampage all over the set of the video, smashing into everything with my evil powers.
There's a monster attacking the set! Everyone, run!
As my friends ran for their lives, I changed into a faster beast form and chased after them.
You won't escape me!
On day 2, I was chasing after my friends as the Beast. No matter how badly I wanted to stop, I couldn't control myself in this new form. I slashed at my friends with my claws, but they narrowly evaded my attacks. Even so, I got closer and closer to catching them each time. Things were looking dire, until suddenly I fell into a pitfall trap, causing me to plummet into a massive hole.
That should hold them for now. Let's get help.
My friends laughed, but I realized this could be bad news for me.
Must smash!
I used my powerful claws to smash through the wall, revealing an alternate passage underground. I ran through the tunnel and emerged on the other side to find myself in a massive theme park. Without any control of myself, I began to rampage through the park, destroying everything in my sight. People ran in fear as the beast took total control over my actions. In the middle of my frenzy, a helicopter flew over my head. To my surprise, my friends jumped down from it, now equipped with powerful hunting gear.
Your attack ends here.
They all charged at me, and I braced myself for battle. On day 3, I was locked in combat with my own friends. My friends had guns, and they started to fire a mob of bullets at me. I ran in close to disrupt the power of their long-range gunfire, but Chandler and Chris fired powerful shotgun blasts at me. As I rapidly swiped my claws, cutting through the air, my friends called aerial strikes down, blowing up everything around me. I retaliated with the wave of my roaring attack, causing rupture to the battlefield, but that didn't stop the onslaught of their guns. Unfortunately, the overwhelming number of their bullets striking me dwindled my health down bit by bit. I was tough and continued my rampage mindlessly, going from one friend to the other, while they all huddled around me. Eventually, I was pushed back to the edge of the pier, still under heavy fire.
You'll pay for hurting our friend!
We'll avenge you, Jimmy!
The outcries of my friends caused me to remember my real form. I knew I didn't want to hurt them.
Oh no, I can't control myself!
I ran away while I had the chance, trying to separate myself from my allies as much as possible so I wouldn't harm them. When I was alone, I finally transformed back to normal. Just then, I heard the sound of my friends searching for me.
Come out, you monster. We know you're out there.
Even if you escape now, we promise that we'll hunt you down ourselves. You'll pay for your crimes.
I quickly hid away as they walked into the area. I realized that I could never tell them my secret, otherwise I'd be killed. I have to learn how to control this power and find out who that strange alpha wolf was. Suddenly, Chris turned towards me and I realized I had been spotted. On day 4, I thought I was done for, when to my surprise, my friends ran towards me overjoyed.
Jimmy, you're okay! Where have you been?
I was just on a walk.
Right. Well, because of your little walk, we're behind on an upload. We need to make a video now if we want to stay on schedule.
We all returned to the center of the theme park, and I saw how much damage I had done. I wanted to make things right, and got an idea. Tariq, get the cameras ready. We all prepared for my next big video. Today, I'm going to restore this rundown theme park to be even bigger and better than before. Let's get started. I got to work, adding the world's largest roller coaster constructed out of diamond blocks. Next, I built a massive swimming pool, the size of a football field. I even added an all-you-can-eat buffet for the entire city to enjoy, free of charge. The theme park was restored, and our video was a huge success. But suddenly, the ground began to tremble. What the? I looked over in the distance and realized a horrible monster was heading straight towards us. On days 5 through 6, a massive monster was coming towards the theme park to destroy all of our hard work. I have to lure that monster away. I jumped into my golden Lamborghini hover car and drove by the monster to get his attention. Come and get me! In a blind rage, the beast chased after my impressive car. I zipped through the sky, trying to lure him away from the theme park, but the wolf knight was incredibly quick on his feet. We were neck and neck, but the fate of the theme park rested in my hands. I had to get the beast as far away as possible. The monster tried to attack me, causing me to make a bad turn. I accidentally crashed into a part of the city, leaving me with low health. I turned around as the wolf knight closed in on me.
The Alpha Beast sends his regards.
On days 7 through 8, I was about to be the monster's lunch when suddenly my body transformed once again. I grew bigger and more powerful as I turned into the beast. Rage took over me, and I attacked the wolf knight to defend myself. As I barreled into him, I showed no mercy, ripping into him with my claws and teeth. I took advantage of my massive strength, sending flurries of punches at him like a martial arts master. The other wolf roared and started to swing his sword, slicing and dicing the air, hoping to pierce his weapons into my hide. It was all I could do to withstand the onslaught. My own attacks may have been sharp, but there was no way I was any competition with a sword like that. Quickly, the wolf knight slammed into the earth and caused a line of stones to rip from the ground and spear me. I leapt back and howled, sending massive sonic booms that battered into his body. As he roared in pain, white particles began to appear around the monster. Not a split second later, swords began to rain from the sky, shattering into fragments around me. Every extra moment I battled the monster, I felt the bloodlust worsen. I had truly lost control of my body, paying no mind to my surroundings. The city around us began to crumble as we fought back and forth in an epic battle. The citizens of the city ran for their lives as neither side gave an inch. Suddenly, cops arrived and surrounded both me and the wolf knight.
Let me through!
I lunged at one of the cops, but they hit me with a splash potion, causing my vision to go blurry. I passed out from the effects of the potion. On days 9 through 10, I woke up in a cell, back in my normal human form. What happened? Oh no, if the cops see me in my human form, my secret will be revealed. I could hear the sound of footsteps approaching. I had to think of a solution fast. I looked in my inventory and found a fancy mining gadget that could get me out of this situation. I used it to free myself from the cell and find a hiding spot just as the cop walked into the room.
Red alert! The beast has escaped his cell. Nobody goes in or out of this place.
Things just got a lot harder. I walked through the facility, now realizing the place was crawling with guards. I would have to proceed with caution if I wanted to make it out alive. I crept around the police station, narrowly avoiding the sights of the incoming officers. Just as I was about to make it to the exit, the wall exploded, revealing the horrible wolf knight on the other side. Cops ran around in a frenzy, completely powerless to the might of the monster. That's it! I can't let anyone else get hurt. I allowed my beast to take control of me and lunged at the hulking threat. On days 11 through 13, I was fighting the wolf knight in an attempt to protect the city. I did my best to lure him away from the civilians. He was a wily fighter though, and nimbly jumped from place to place until we ended up on the rooftops, slicing at me as he did. I roared at him, using the sonic howl to cause him damage. It was at the cost of my surroundings, but I didn't have time to care about that. He continued to bounce around, and I followed suit. He flipped around like an acrobat, still using his agility to try to outpace me. Using my wicked teeth and claws, I swiped at him, hoping to catch him with my wild attacks. The wolf knight swung his sword and slashed the very air, causing waves of darkness to barrel towards me. With another wave of his arms, more weapons began to rain down, again shattering into the ground and sending shrapnel everywhere. The very earth trembled under our might. Just like before, the monster and I were neck and neck, but now This battle wouldn't end until one of us went down. My friends came out with their filming gear and began to live stream the event to my audience.
There's a crazy monster fight going on downtown, and we're here to show you all the live footage.
Views skyrocketed as millions of people turned in to see the fate of the battle. To my surprise, my increased viewers gave me even more power than before. My body grew bigger and my claws sharpened. I gained stronger muscles and an even more impressive set of fangs. I now had 5 more hearts and a new ability thanks to my new subscribers. I used the boost to give me the edge I needed and finally took down the Wolf Knight. Unfortunately, I still lacked any control of my beast form. With the monster gone, my rampage continued on the city itself. All the while, my friends continued to live stream the attack to everyone.
The beast is going wild! We have to stop them!
I could feel my power fading. I was going to turn back into a human soon.
I can't let them catch my transformation on camera.
I ran away as my friends followed, trying to hunt me down. On days 14 through 17, I was being chased by my friends as my transformation began to come apart. I couldn't let them catch me on film. Just then, I spotted a covered dock with a raft and took cover there. Just as I transformed back into a human, my friends caught up to me, but the beast was nowhere to be seen, so they gave up their search.
You may have gotten away this time, but we'll find you.
I have to learn how to control this. Things are going to get out of hand. Suddenly, clouds began to gather in the sky, and the waters of the ocean grew more violent. I tried to jump back towards safety, but before I could, the raft was swept off to sea by the aggressive waves. Things are about to get bumpy. I desperately clung to the raft as I was swept through the tides of the ocean storm. I wasn't sure how much longer I could cling onto my ship. Before I thought it could get any worse, a massive sea creature emerged from the water. It reared its ugly head and smashed into my ship, causing my vision to blur. Everything went black. On days 18 through 21, I woke up on a raft in the middle of the ocean. The storm had stopped, but I was now stranded all alone. This is bad, but I could make the most of this situation. I set up one of my cameras and began to film a video to share my adventure on my channel. I'm going to survive on this raft in the middle of the ocean. I better start by making some shelter. Using the materials I had on hand, I built myself a shelter to keep me safe from any future storms. I even topped it off with a flag. After I was done, I crafted a fishing rod and managed to catch some fresh food at sea. I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving. Suddenly, something hit the raft, causing it to shake. When I looked down into the water, I realized I was being attacked by a swarm of sharks. Looks like I have company. I tried to shoo away the creatures with a sword, but the ferocious animals destroyed a part of my raft. They were trying to sink me down into the water with them so I could become their next meal. Oh no, this is bad. I tried to fight them off, but things only continued to look worse for me as they chipped away further and further at my base. Soon enough, one of the sharks managed to knock me over the edge, sending me tumbling into the water below. I was now vulnerable in the water. The sharks closed in on me. On days 22 through 25, I thought I was going to become shark food until my beast form was once again unleashed. I transformed into my hulking appearance, ready to attack. I was now filled with the rage of the beast. I used my powers to fight off the foes. I found that my super strength allowed me to easily pass through the water, like I was running through air. The shark park came at me in a frenzy, ready to eat me alive. My sonic howl exploded through the water, slamming into the sharks and pushing them back. As they drew near, they bit me, and I retaliated with my own vicious teeth, proving my bite was superior to theirs. As they retreated, I swam after them and continued to rip into them with my own wickedly sharp claws. These vicious creatures were not a match for me in my beast mode. Thanks to my strength, I was able to defeat the entire swarm of sharks. However, my rage still wasn't satisfied. I returned to my raft, only to hear a massive horn in the distance. I turned around and realized that I had been spotted by a yacht.
What is that thing? Kill it!
The crew member launched down attacks at my raft, but little did they know they had angered the beast even more. I lunged at the ship and managed to climb inside.
You'll pay for that!
I began to rampage, destroying everything in sight with my beastly power. I had lost all control of my body, and nothing but the monster's blind rage remained. Passengers jumped overboard as I tore the ship apart, piece by piece. Just then, my friend stepped out and confronted me.
Enough enough of this. You're going down, monster.
They all ran after me in an attempt to stop my attack. It took all I had to overcome the beast, but I forced myself to run away. I knew in my heart I couldn't control my form, and I did not want to hurt them. On days 26 through 29, I was running from my friends. I could feel my beastly form weakening, and soon I would return to human. I had to find cover fast. Luckily, I managed to find the hold of the ship and transformed back into my true form just before they caught up.
What the? Where's the beast?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time.
We gotta show you something, Jimmy.
I followed my friends back out to the main deck to show me all of the damage from my rampage. My beast form had really done a number on the yacht, and I was surprised how it was still even afloat. I felt incredibly guilty. I couldn't leave the ship like this. Tariq, get the camera. I'm making things right. My friends set up our gear, and I began to film a new video. I'm transforming this broken old yacht into a $1 trillion mega yacht. Together, we began a massive expansion on the yacht. I changed its structure to be made of golden blocks and increased its size immensely. I even added a rooftop pool, and I added hundreds of rooms. At this point, it wasn't a yacht anymore. It was an entire cruise ship. Once I was done, I handed out loads of money to the passengers, as well as the captain himself. With that, all of the passengers were enjoying the new mega yacht, and I got tons of new subscribers. Suddenly, the boat began to tremble, and the massive sea creature from before came out of the water.
You'll all be taken by the Alpha Beast.
The monster spat hyper energy blast at the newly renovated ship, and I blacked out. On days 30 through 33, I woke up to find myself in a frozen tundra on the shore of a shipwreck. The sea monster must have sank the yacht. Is everyone okay? The bitter cold was already getting to me, and I could tell a snowstorm was going to pick up soon. Just then, Chris walked up to me.
Oh, good. You're awake. Everyone is okay, but we don't know what to do.
We'll have to take cover here until the storm blows over. I don't like the look of those clouds in the sky. Chris led me to where most of the survivors were, and I got to work on building a campsite for them to protect themselves in. I set up multiple tents as well as a campfire so that they could all stay warm. Everyone was finally getting settled when suddenly I felt a strong feeling in my chest. My inner beast was trying to come out. I'm going to look for some food.
Why is he acting so weird?
I ran to the forest in a panic, trying to stay as far away from the survivors as I could. I didn't want my transformation to put anyone at risk. Finally, I couldn't hold it any longer, and my beast form overtook me once again.
Hungry!
I began to rampage across the forest, taking out my blind fury on anything that stood in my way. The forest crumbled to my strength, and mobs ran in fear. Just then, I found a cabin alone in the woods and picked up an interesting scent from it. I lunged towards it to see what it had inside. On days 34 through 37, I burst through the front doors, the wood splintering beneath my mighty strength. A barrage of sonic howls exploded out my lungs, shattering the walls of the cabin. Flames erupted around me as I stomped inside the building. My claws made short work of the remaining cabin, shredding everything down to sawdust as I tore the place apart. With one final smash, the beast's bloodlust was satisfied for now, and I returned back to my human form. To my horror, the cute cabin I had seen originally was nothing but rubble. Not again! I couldn't leave this place in shambles, so I got to work on an epic restoration project. I was going to build this cabin bigger and better than before. Not only did I rebuild the cabin nearly 5 times bigger, but we also decked it out inside and added a giant fireplace to keep the homeowner warm. We also built a giant table and put together a whole buffet of delicious food so the entire family can crowd around and enjoy dinner together. On top of that, we even added a hideaway loft with a giant comfy bouncy bed. As I placed the finishing touches on the home, the owner of the cabin returned.
My goodness, you upgraded my home for me? Please take this.
She handed me a stack of delicious food for my efforts. This is just what I needed. I better bring this to the others. I began to head back towards the camp when out of nowhere, a pack of snow monsters jumped in front of me, stopping me in my tracks. The beast lunged at me, and I made a run for it. On days 38 through 41, I was getting chased through the snowy forest by a pack of snow monsters. I could feel my beast trying to come out again, but I held it back the best I could. Even though it would defend me, one thing weighed on my mind. I can't put that woman in the cabin at risk. In a desperate attempt to escape, I spotted a mountain and began to climb up it.
Get back here!
The beast began to claw their way up the mountain after me. Despite my efforts, the monster stayed close behind. I couldn't let myself slow down for even a second. Finally, I reached the mountain's peak. With enough space between me and the civilization, I allowed my beast to take over. The snow monsters came over the edge, but I ambushed them. With my powerful roar, I launched them over the edge. They plummeted below and disappeared.
Mess with the beast, and you get the claws!
Suddenly, more snow monsters dropped down behind me.
You'll soon be returned to the Alpha! The Alpha again? This guy isn't messing around!
I didn't have time to react before the snow monsters attacked me. On days 42 through 45, I was locked in combat with a pack of snow monsters. They tried to subdue me with their icy powers, but my beast fur was a great insulator. I launched at them with my physical powers, slamming my way into the pack. I felt like a razor whirlwind as I slashed around wildly, slicing my opponents. When they drew too close, I snapped at them, biting with my powerful teeth. They teamed up for one powerful attack and let loose an icy blast that froze me in place. The pack descended on me, unleashing a flurry of swipes, and I was powerless to avoid the slugfest. I finally broke free and retaliated, using my sonic howl to push them back. As powerful as I was, they were one of the toughest foes I had faced so far, but I knew a lot of people were relying on me to survive.
I can't die here!
Just then, the power of my fans filled me, causing me to grow even stronger and bigger. I now had 5 more hearts and even more powers than before. I retaliated with my new strength, determined to end this fight in my favor. I lashed out with my lightning circle, releasing a discharge around me that hit all the snowy beasts at once. Renewed and fueled by the beastly rage, I leapt into the air, high above the mountain peak, before I came crashing down the mountaintop, dealing an immense amount of damage to the pack of monsters. They teamed up again, desperate to stop me, and released another icy blast, hoping to freeze me in place. I was stronger now, angrier, and even more well insulated by my fur, and resisted their attacks completely. They were no match for me, and I lunged forward, devastating them with my attacks. With one final hit, I defeated the snow monsters once and for all.
I claim this mountain for Mr. Beast!
After the long battle, I shrank back to my human form and began to head back to camp. When I arrived, I passed out the food I had gotten to everyone, and they happily chowed down.
Thanks for the help, Jimmy. We were all about to starve.
Suddenly, I heard the sound of a plane landing nearby. When I went to check it out, I realized that a pilot had come to save us.
Hop on before the blizzard arrives!
On days 46 through 49, I was on a plane as we all made our escape from the incoming blizzard. I was feeling optimistic until suddenly I could feel my chest burning. My beast was trying to come out again. Excuse me for a moment. I ran into the bathroom and locked myself inside, trying to hold back my inner monster. It's all right, Jimmy. You got this. I did all I could to keep it at bay, but it was no use. The beast overtook me, causing me to transform. Just then, I heard a knock on the door. It was my friend Nolan.
You alright, man? You don't sound too good.
Oh no! They can't see me like this!
I tried to fight back, but I couldn't stop the beast from doing as it pleased. I began to rampage in the bathroom until the lights flashed red inside of the airplane. My actions had thrown us off course, and we were crashing. On days 50 through 53, I woke up in my human form in the middle of a deserted island. The plane had crashed. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, but we're all stranded here.
Don't worry, I have an idea. I was going to right the wrong of my actions, so I began working on a brand new luxury jet that we could all ride back in style. I tricked out the plane body using diamonds and some awesome magenta accents. I added state-of-the-art golden-plated hypersonic jet engines to really make the plane pop. For the interior, I really blinged it out and created a new luxury lounge area for everyone to hang out. We added gold countertops and some magenta tinted windows. It was way more comfortable now, and I made sure to capture it all on film. The plane was finally completed, and we were about to set off when out of nowhere, a fire giant came rushing towards us.
Surrender to the Alpha.
He sent out another of his goons. I could not turn into the beast in front of all these people, but I had to do something before the monster heard us. Hey, come and get me! I ran into the forest, and the horrible fire giant chased behind. On days 54 through 57, I led the fire giant to a clearing, so the two of us were finally alone. All right, bring it on! Just as I was about to unleash my beast, Chris came running towards me.
Jimmy, don't worry, I'm here to help.
Chris? I hesitated, causing me to take a heavy blow from the fire giant. I dropped down to low health and found myself in an impossible situation. I can't transform now. I have to think of another way to win this fight. I ran through the battlefield, trying to evade the monster as it continued its onslaught. Suddenly, Chris called out to me.
Jimmy, catch!
She tossed over some TNT, giving me a great idea. Chris ran around as a distraction while I set up a TNT trap for the monster. Once everything was prepared, I gave her the signal. Now! My friend let the monster charge at me, and it ran directly into the trap. Explosions went off, sending everything into a fiery inferno. On days 58 through 61, the dust settled for us to discover that the fire giant was defeated, leaving nothing but a massive hole in the ground. That's when I realized I had the perfect opportunity to film a video. Chris, grab the camera. I set up tracks along with a massive train as Chris set up the filming equipment. With our preparations complete, it was time to start our next big hit. What happens if we drive a train into a giant pit? Let's find out. We set the train off full speed as it came closer and closer to the massive pit. Finally, the vehicle went soaring off the rails and crashed into the giant hole below. It was truly a sight to behold, and we had to get it all on camera. Our views were through the roof. Just then, Chris came up to me.
We're about to leave the island on the jet you built. Are you ready?
You guys go ahead. I'll catch up to you. Chris left the area, leaving me once again alone. Suddenly, a familiar voice spoke to me.
So, we finally meet.
I turned toward the source of the voice to find the alpha beast looming in front of me. On days 62 through 65, I was confronted by the alpha beast himself. You! Why do you keep sending monsters to attack me?
Because I plan to turn the entire world into beasts, starting with your little friends.
What? Why?
You humans have ruled for too long. Now we use one of the biggest and most trusted YouTubers to infect all of society.
You're not getting away with this.
Oh, but I will. Come to me, Guardian!
Suddenly, a massive guardian beast emerged as the alpha beast made its escape. Oh, no, you don't! I unleashed my beast form and braced myself as the guardian beast attacked. On days 66 through 70, I was engaged in combat with the guardian beast as the alpha successfully escaped. The beast screamed terribly and raced forward, its jagged teeth gnashing. I held my ground and raked my claws down his flank, then took advantage of the opening my attack presented to shoot him with rays of electricity. The monster growled, jaws dripping with flames as he breathed a blast of searing hot fire in my direction. I rapidly dodged the majority of the attacks and rushed at him again. It felt like it had been ages since I was able to stretch my muscles. This fight was absolutely exhausting. As I ran at him, the beast lunged into the air and used his weight to try and stomp me into the ground. The two of us were neck and neck. It was anyone's game, but something bothered me. I knew every second I wasted on this battle was putting my friends more at risk of the alpha.
I have to speed this up!
Just then, I realized the hole from the TNT was still there and got a brilliant idea. I lured the guardian beast closer towards the hole and crossed him up until he stood at the edge of it.
I've got you now!
I let out a powerful roar, sending the monster down into the pit below. He crashed into the bottom, killing him instantly from the fall damage.
I have to hurry! My friends are in trouble!
With the guardian beast now defeated, I hurried in the direction of the alpha. On days 71 through 74, I arrived back in the city to find my friends waiting for me. I kept myself hidden. They couldn't see me in my beast form.
Where's the Alpha? He has to be close.
I tried to sniff him out when suddenly someone knocked into me, causing me to stumble out of hiding. Just before I was spotted, I managed to transform back into a human. My friends came over to me happily.
Jimmy, you're here!
Please, everyone, there isn't much time. You need to run.
What? What happened? Was it that horrible beast again?
There's no time to explain. Suddenly, the Alpha dropped down in front of us.
You've come to watch the show, huh? The more views, the better.
There was no time to think. On days 75 through 78, against my better judgment, I transformed into the beast to protect my friends.
Not on my watch.
They watched as my body mutated into the horrible monster that they had learned to fear.
Jimmy, you're the beast! You lied to us!
I didn't have time to talk. I lunged at the Alpha and tried to take him down. We both clawed at each other with our sharp wolf claws. His attack was rapid and quick, dwindling my health a little after each hit. I used my sonic boom, pushing my opponent back so the beast couldn't get in close. The mighty Alpha Wolf was powerful. He leapt at me from a distance, countering my attacks. To my surprise, he cloned himself, and 3 white wolves joined in the battle to aid him. They circled me and attacked like the pack of wolves they were. The rage from wanting to protect my friends fueled me. I fought with all of my might, but no matter what I did, I was no match for the Alpha. I did the only thing I could think of and turned to my friends.
Please, I need your help.
I can't believe you've been causing all those disasters.
I can explain everything.
Look, I'm sorry, man. We just can't trust you anymore.
My friends ran away, leaving me all alone against the impassable foe.
All of your friends have left you. You're at my mercy now.
The Alpha landed a powerful hit, knocking me out cold. On days 79 through 82, I woke up in a cage, back in my human form. I was surrounded by cameras, being live streamed all around the world.
So, you're awake. I'm going to show all of your fans what you really are.
No! I could feel my inner beast fighting to come out. I tried my best to hold it back, but it was no use. I began to transform in front of the camera, showing the entire world the truth.
Your beloved Mr. Beast is a real monster, and soon you will all be too. Squirm in fear. You'll regret this.
Using my powerful claws, I broke out of the cage and made a run for it.
Guards, after him!
A swarm of monsters came chasing behind me as I tried to make my escape. On days 83 through 86, I was being chased by the Alpha's elite group of guards. I felt like I had lost everything. My friends had abandoned me, and the whole world knew my secret. Even so, I knew I couldn't let the Alpha win.
I have to make things right and protect everyone!
I finally made it away from the guards, but I was instantly met with a new threat. A powerful assassin dropped down in front of me, stopping me in my tracks.
You're not getting away from me.
He attacked me swiftly, and I braced myself. The assassin struck first with his sharp axe, piercing my wolf's skin. I ran, getting to a place to have more room to battle the beast. I used my ability to dash at him and began to claw, wounding him. I could tell he was getting overwhelmed by how quick my attacks were. The assassin was getting angry. I used my lightning powers, striking him with a beam of lightning and with bolts of electricity. My opponent and I were going blow for blow, but it seemed like his attacks were getting stronger each time they landed. Despite my strength and size, it was nearly impossible to land a good hit on my foe. He was fast on his feet and landed precise attacks that dealt loads of damage. Suddenly, the assassin stuck a tracker onto me, causing an item to appear in my inventory. I tried to throw it away, but I couldn't get rid of it.
Now, you'll never escape.
I was out of options, so I made a run for it. I had to figure out how to get this device off of me. On days 87 through 90, I was running for my life as I tried to escape from the assassin that the Alpha Wolf has sent to kill me. I turned countless corners, but no matter where I went, the dreadful foe was always waiting for me. There was no escaping him as long as I had my tracking device.
I have to think of a way to confuse him.
Just then, I spotted a warehouse holding tons of different vehicles. My transformation wore off, and I found a place to hide among the variety of cars as a human. In a matter of seconds, the assassin arrived and began to creep around the facility in search of me.
I know you're in here. Come out.
The killer came closer and closer towards my hiding spot. I held my breath to stay quiet, but it was only a matter of time before I was seen. If only I could turn into the beast. When I thought all hope was lost, I spotted a military tank and realized it might be my last hope for freedom. Here goes nothing. I came out of hiding and bolted for the weapon.
There you are.
On days 91 through 93, I was being chased by the assassin as I ran for the tank. I thought I was going to be caught, but thankfully, I managed to hop inside of the vehicle before it was too late. Out of my way! I unleashed my arsenal of weapons onto the assassin as I tried to fend for my life. He was quick on his feet and evaded my attacks with grace. I continued to fire away in a desperate attempt to stop him.
Is that the best you've got?
The assassin came in close and landed a critical hit on the tank. Another hit like that would cause the vehicle to collapse. I was forced to keep moving in an attempt to escape the killer's blade. I stormed through the area in my tank, rolling over multiple threats that stood in my way. All the while, the assassin followed me, ready to finish me off. Finally, I came close to a cliff and blasted my cannons at it. Rubble fell behind me and onto the assassin, crushing him to death. Yes, I did it! I climbed out of the tank, but I didn't have a moment to rest before my friends arrived, geared up for battle.
Stop right there!
On days 94 through 96, I was confronted by my friends who were ready to attack. What is this?
We vowed to defeat the beast that's been causing so much trouble.
If you're going to rampage and turn more of us into monsters, we can't let you run free!
No, please, I'm still me. I can learn to control it.
We have to make sure the world is safe. Everyone, attack!
My friends all came after me, causing my defense mechanism to go off. I transformed into the beast, ready to defend myself.
See? You can't control it.
Out of my way!
Unable to stop myself, I attacked my friends in a blind rage. On days 97 through 98, I was fighting my own friends as the beast. I desperately wanted to stop, but the power of the beast was too much for me to overcome. Each one of my friends blasted their guns at me. Using my sonic boom, I exploded the area around, causing them to separate. Taking advantage, I started to attack each of them with my sharp claws, causing minimal damage. Eventually, they gathered back up, overwhelming the area with bullets. Chris and Chandler's guns were powerful shotguns that were way stronger than the others. They also were able to call airstrikes on me.
I don't want to do this!
I'm sorry, Jimmy. We don't either, but we can't let you hurt anyone else.
The battle was tough. They prepared themselves for everything. They were armed with powerful gear that resisted my attacks, but the beast was unwilling to give in. I continued to fight with everything I had. It was heart-wrenching. I didn't want to hurt my own friends, but the beast was taking full control of me. Finally, I managed to overpower my friends, leaving them at the end of their rope.
We're sorry, Jimmy. We couldn't save you from yourself.
The beast was about to land the finishing blow, but I stopped myself.
No! I won't let the beast win!
I couldn't let the monster hurt my friends. I focused hard and had a vision deep inside of my mind. On day 99, I stood in a dream realm in my human form. There, the beast himself towered in front of me. Are you my beast?
Yes, you've resisted me so long, so I'm going to make myself known.
Suddenly, a weapon manifested in my hand as the beast attacked me. I charged in with dual swords, sweeping and slashing away at the beast. Unfortunately, my swords were no match for his massive sharp claws. With quick thinking, I dodged and rolled around the battle arena to make it harder for him to hit me. Suddenly, he summoned a big lava hand to float in the air above me and tried to land it on me. Luckily, I was able to evade it, giving me the upper hand and striking him after dodging his attack. I fended the monster off with my weapon, putting us neck and neck. Even though the beast was bigger than me, I somehow was able to keep up. My objective to help others was stronger than the beast's desire to kill. For my friends! Finally, I managed to strike down the monster with my weapon. He prepared himself to die, but I put away my blade.
What are you doing? Kill me!
No, you're part of me, but I'm going to use your power the way I see fit, for good.
Very well. You may use my strength however you see fit.
I snapped out of my vision and backed away from my friends, who were all looking at me concerned. I was finally able to control the beast fully. My friends put away their weapons.
We were wrong. We're sorry for everything.
It's okay. You guys were protecting everyone else. You're all my best friends in the world.
Just then, the Alpha Beast appeared behind us. On day 100, we were face to face with the one who started this all, the Alpha Beast.
Ah, how touching.
Who is this guy?
He's the reason I became a beast in the first place. He's the cause of all of this.
Wait, you did this to our friend?
That's right. And my disease will spread, turning all of you into monsters like me. Little do you know, your plan has backfired. I now have full control over the beast, and I intend to use its power to take you down personally. That doesn't matter. You've forgotten who your alpha is. I've already used you for everything I've planned. Your channel ends here.
Suddenly, we were all transported into some Shadow Realm arena, surrounded by the Alpha Beast and his clones.
I prepared a final stage for your demise.
You're going to pay for this! Everyone charge!
My friends ran into battle while Tariq set up cameras. Just then, I realized what my friends were trying to do.
We're live, Jimmy.
Today, my friends and I are going to save the world from the horrible Alpha Beast. Let's do this!
I lunged at the Alpha Beast, ready to take him down with my beastly power. Quick as a bullet, I swiped at the Alpha and his surrounding wolves, using my deadly claws to rip into them. The beast hardly flinched and swarmed me, using their own wicked attacks to maul me. If I had been alone, that might have been it, but I had my friends at my side. Using their guns, they shot at the white beasts and drew their fire, soon leaving me with just the Alpha Wolf. This was the opportunity for a one-on-one brawl. I launched a volley of attacks at him in hopes to bring his health down as low as possible before the other beasts would join back in. Electricity crackled throughout the battlefield as our clashing powers went haywire. The creature leaped and clawed wildly, eyes feral, and I could see that the hope in him was draining. I continued my onslaught, not letting up for even a moment. Soon enough, my friends rejoined the battle between myself and the Alpha Beast. With all of us fighting together, the Alpha Beast didn't stand a chance. I struck him down, live in front of all of my subscribers. The world was finally safe from his terror, and I could continue to spread goodwill to all.
Free money for everyone! Brother!